Dia learned early that love was just another word for pain with better marketing. She kept her heart in a locked box labeled "Do Not Open, Contents Will Explode." At 20 in Manila, she lived surrounded by fairy lights and sarcasm, CPTSD hidden behind jokes sharp enough to draw blood. One humid night at 2:47 a.m., she opened a random voice chat app, created a private room called Ghosts and Chocolate, and waited. He joined from Shanghai, 1 hour ahead, voice sliding in like warm whiskey, low, lazy, amused. "If a ghost kidnaps you in your dream, who saves you?" she asked, teasing. "Me," he answered instantly, "but you owe me chocolate." She laughed so hard her mic peaked, and the first crack appeared in her armor. They never exchanged real names. She was Dee, he was Xiao. He had a girlfriend, May, perfect long hair, perfect life. Dia saw the photos and decided it was safer that way. She never spoke of panic attacks, of the father who hit, the mother who watched, the friends who filmed her breakdowns for clout. She gave him jokes instead, bright and cruel and untouchable. He called her "my stubborn sweetheart," and she pretended to hate it, but saved every voice note in a hidden folder. One night his voice was raw, hungry. "A woman offered herself to me today. If you love her," Dia said, soft and lethal, "choose loyalty, not desire." He chose loyalty. She praised, "Good boy," and swallowed the ache. Every weekend he disappeared into May's bed and sent blurry, faceless photos. She replied, "Cool," and felt the rot spread inside her chest. Then he started confessing private things, family pressure, childhood shame, the way sex never filled the hollow. She warned him every time, "Don't tell anyone this. Not even me." He whispered back, voice breaking, "I can only tell you." Her voice notes made him hard the second they played. One night he begged, "Moan for me." She laughed, cold and cruel. "You dropped your mind somewhere between Shanghai and loyalty." He groaned like he was dying. She cried into her pillow and hated herself for it. He kept circling. "If I were single and asked you out, would you say yes?" Different situation, different answer. He laughed, but it sounded like pain. Then Arian appeared, famous model, same country as Xiao, voice like smoke and velvet. He treated her like she was made of starlight and steel. Late night calls turned filthy and sweet. "I want to hear you whisper." She sent a soft voice note. "You make me hard." "I'm sorry, don't be." "I want to grab your waist and make you cry, daddy dot." She whispered, "Daddy," and felt something inside her unclench for the first time in years. "My good girl," he praised, and she believed him. "I want to wake up beside you in real life." "I want you to," she answered, "and mend it. I'm starting to feel safe with you." "That's really good," he said, voice warm. Then, "Going to a bar with friends. Take care, baby girl." She fell asleep smiling, nightmares quiet for once. Morning came. No good morning text. Blocked on everything. Her heart forgot how to beat. She curled into a ball, arms wrapped around herself, whispered, "It's okay. You're strong." People always run. Borrowed her friend's phone. Saw him following new influencer girls, perfect skin, tiny waists. She smiled, bitter and small. Then cried so hard she threw up. Worked in silence all day, calm on the outside, storm on the inside. Why? Was I not enough? Was it a game? She found no answers. At night Xiao texted, "What are you doing?" "Ready to sleep." He sent a voice note, soft, "Can't I borrow a hug from you? I'll return it when you need it." She typed with shaking fingers, "Okay, you can, my sweetheart." Then nothing. She closed the chat and went back to work. She would become successful. She would never need anyone again. 1 year later, she landed in Shanghai for her first international business meeting, 21, untouchable. Red lips, black silk dress, brand built from ashes. She stepped out of the airport and Xiao was waiting. No confusion. No fear. He ran to her, pulled her into his arms, kissed her like a man possessed right in front of everyone, hands in her hair, mouth claiming, breath ragged. In the car he couldn't stop touching her, lips on her neck, her jaw, her mouth, whispering between kisses, "I choose you. I always chose you. Every day I didn't have you I was dying." She let him. She chose him back. But this time she knew her worth. That night, in his penthouse overlooking the Huangpu River, he locked the door and turned the lights low. He stood behind her, hands sliding around her waist, pulling her back against his chest. "Say it," he whispered against her ear, teeth grazing the shell. "Say what?" "That you're mine." She turned in his arms, looked up at him with eyes that had seen too much and still chose to burn. "I'm mine first," she said, voice steady. "But tonight, tomorrow, every night you earn it, I'm yours." He growled, low and feral, lifted her onto the marble counter, pushed her dress up to her hips. His mouth found every place Arian had never touched, bit down hard enough to mark new territory. She gasped, fingers digging into his shoulders. He dropped to his knees, spread her thighs, looked up at her like she was both salvation and damnation. "Say it again." "I'm yours," she breathed, and meant it this time. He devoured her like a starving man, tongue merciless, fingers curling inside her until she was sobbing his name, until the only sound in the room was her broken pleas and his possessive groans. When he finally stood and slid into her, slow and deep, eyes locked, he held her face in both hands. "Look at me," he ordered. "Never forget who you belong to." She came apart around him, nails raking down his back, tears on her cheeks, whispering yours like a prayer and a curse. After. He carried her to bed, wrapped around her like armor, kissed every bite mark he'd left. Across the static, across 1,200 kilometers of night, across every wound she'd ever carried, he kept her. And this time, she kept him too.